Every voice echoes from somewhere, and today's voices rise from the halls of a school that believes in nurturing potential. Just a short distance from the buzz of Dwarka Mode, there's a school where dreams quietly take shape. Spring Meadows isn't just a school, it's a space where young minds grow with curiosity, courage, and compassion. Since 1987, the school has been nurturing students not just to score well in exams, but to truly understand the world. So, whether you're an educator, a student, or just someone who believes in the power of young voices, this one's for you. You're listening to Echoes of SMPS, the first ever podcast of Spring Meadows Public School.
True leadership comes from experiences, learning from mistakes, and stepping out of your comfort zones.
Sergeant sir, my class teacher Nidhi ma'am, even Dak sir supported me personally, corrected my mistake personally.
Being a bright student, most people were assuming that I would naturally go for science. But choosing humanities was about following my passion, not just meeting people's expectations.
My teachers and mentors in SNPS always supported me through my hard times. I try to be fully focused, I listen to my teachers, and also I increase my studying hours to balance my academics with my responsibilities.
My journey at SMPS has shaped me in so many ways. As a student, it has taught me the value of discipline and the importance of hard work.
What advice would you like to give to the students who aspire to take on these leadership roles in the future? Good morning, everyone. Presenting Echoes of SMPS, the official podcast of Spring Meadows Public School, where the voices of our learners and leaders will come alive.
I am Nidhi
I am Bhumika.
and we are your hosts for today's very special episode, and we could not be more excited to begin this journey with none other than the head pillars of our student body, the head girl and head boy of SMPS.
They're not just badges or titles, they're the student leaders. They're torch bearers and a true reflection of what Spring Meadows stands for: excellence, empathy, and empowerment.
So sit back, tune in, and get ready to explore their inspiring stories, challenges, and triumphs.
So before we dive into the big leadership talks and all, let's get your introduction first. So please introduce yourself to our audience, your name, your grade, and how long you've been a part of the school.
Okay. Good morning to the audience of Echoes of SMPS. I am Arush Anand, head boy of the school, and currently I am in 12th grade from Commerce stream. I am in this school from last 12 complete years, and today I am very excited and very happy to be a part of this episode.
Yeah. And I'm Tanisha Sharma, head girl of the school. I'm currently studying in class 12. I'm from humanities stream. I have been a proud student of this school for more than a decade.
Okay, so what was your first reaction when you both were announced as the head boy and head girl of SMPS?
Okay. I remember it was 7th period when Sergeant sir called me to meet principal ma'am, and when she announced me as head boy, it was really unpredictable moment for me, as I felt really honored and I felt extremely proud.
Honestly, it was a moment of pure shock. I could not believe it at first. I just froze for a second, then I sank in and I felt this mix of excitement and nervousness. It was definitely a proud moment, but also the one where I thought, okay, now the real responsibility begins.
Okay, Tanisha, I couldn't help but notice that you mentioned there was a hint of panic in your heart when you were announced to be the head girl of the school.
Yes.
So, would you like to tell us how you were able to overcome this anxiety?
Yes, initially I was panicked, but I discussed it with my friends, teachers, and parents. And when they supported me, I was able to overcome that situation of panic.
Okay, so was it also same for you, Arush?
Not really, Nidhi, because it wasn't my first experience in student council. I have been vice head boy in 11th class, so I was not nervous, but I was really excited.
Okay, so I have heard a rumor among students that vice head boy and vice head girl can't
Okay.
become a head boy or head girl.
Yes, there was a myth
Yes.
that vice head boy and vice head girl can't become head boy, but
Yeah.
see, I broke that myth. I busted that myth.
Okay. So now we know the what reaction you had when you were announced to be the head boy and the head girl, right? So would you like to tell us what was the reaction of your friends and your teachers when you broke the news to them?
Okay, my friends were super excited. They were cheering and celebrating like it was their own achievement, which honestly made the moment even more special. My teachers were really supportive too. Many of them congratulated me and reminded me that they believed I could handle the responsibility. Their reactions increased my confidence and I felt a sense of pride.
My friends were also more excited than me, but my teachers were little tense about that because they thought that how would I manage my studies with this? But I'm managing my studies. So these were the reaction of my friends and my teachers.
Okay, so both of you mentioned that your friends were even more excited than you were. They were celebrating as if it was their own achievement.
Yes.
So, do you think it was because they thought now you're at this post, you're going to give them some special privileges because they're your friends?
Yes, they thought, but I didn't give them any special privileges.
Okay, you busted another myth, right? That's why they call you the revolutionary wise
Yes,
boy.
thank you for that compliment.
And what about you, Tanisha?
No, I also did not give any kind of privilege.
Okay.
I cleared that to them.
Okay, so what does this title truly means to you both, and how did you relate it personally?
Okay, when I was in 9th grade, I was prefect. And during cabinets or student council selection, we used to watch our seniors take their oath. Back then, I couldn't even picture myself in this position or in this role. But now I am head boy and I deeply respect this position.
For me, the title of head girl is not just about wearing a badge or having a title. It's more about being someone my juniors and classmates can actually look up to and rely on. Personally, it means trust, responsibility, and also a chance to give back to the school that has shaped me. For me, it's more about setting an example and less about authority.
Okay. So I think every one of us would agree that school is filled with countless memories, am I right?
Yes.
And both of you have been a part of the school for over a decade. So you must have a lot of memories, right, with the school. So would you like to share some of the cherished moments you've had here? Something that makes you smile when you think about it.
Okay, one memory is from 2nd grade when I received a certificate of good behavior by our former principal ma'am, Mrs. Suparsha Diwan ma'am. And last year, I led a group of volunteers on our very first annual day, so I felt very privileged about that.
Some of my most cherished memories are definitely the little moments like laughing with friends in between classes, preparing for school events, and those unexpected victories in competitions. I also treasure the sharing of lunch with my friends. Those small moments have really made my school life special.
Can you both share an experience at SMPS that helped you grow, develop, and shape you as a leader, because you both are really good leaders?
Okay, I was prefect in 6th grade. Then in 9th grade, I resumed that role. And last year in 11th class, I was vice head boy. And I learned a lot from then head boy. And Sergeant sir, my class teacher, principal ma'am, even Daksh sir corrected my mistakes. So through those experiences, I grew as a leader.
One experience that really shaped me as a leader was when I was chosen prefect of my class in class 11th. At first, I felt nervous. I thought it was just about discipline and making sure rules were followed. But I quickly realized it was more about understanding people, listening to them, and finding ways to keep everyone on the same page. It taught me discipline, responsibility, and also that leadership is not about telling people what to do. It's more about guiding and supporting them.
Okay, Tanisha, so you said that you realized it later on that your duty wasn't to tell people what to do or boss them around. It was to keep them on the same page. So, do you think it was an experience or was there an incident that made you realize this?
Well, it was not an incident exactly. It was rather an advice given to me by my teacher. Actually, I was facing problem with my peers. They were saying that I was trying to boss them around. So I went to my teacher and discussed my problem with her, and she advised me to guide and support them. So in this way, I realized that.
Okay, so you have the title of the head boy and the head girl. So you have a lot of responsibilities along with it. So would you like to share some of the key duties that you have to do on a daily or perhaps a weekly basis?
On daily basis, we have to take regular rounds and to coordinate with prefects and to ensure that they are on their morning and lunch duties. And these are the duties we have to cover on daily basis.
Yes, like he said, on a daily basis, we make sure discipline is maintained, students feel heard, and communication between students and teachers is smooth. Weekly, we coordinate with prefects. Basically, we ensure that it's a mix of being approachable for students and reliable for teachers.
Okay, so as head boy and head girl, you must have faced a lot of challenges. So, what are these challenges that you usually face and how did you successfully overcome it?
Okay. The most challenging part when you are at higher post, especially head boy and head girl is the highest post in student council, that you face a lot of hatred and jealousy from others. And to overcome it, I simply just ignore this and focus on my duties or my work. I think Tanisha would also agree with this, Tanisha.
Yes, I agree with that. And apart from this, I'm also facing a challenge, and that is balancing leadership with friendship. Sometimes you have to correct or remind your own friends, and that can feel a little awkward. I overcame it by being clear and respectful, by telling them that I am just doing my duty, not trying to boast them around. In this way, I made them understand, and it made me more confident in handling tough situations. I think you might also have faced this.
Yes, I've also faced this.
Okay, so I'd say it's a common debate whether leaders are born or are they made. So the skill of leadership that you both possess, do you think that it was an innate trait or was it something that you developed over time through experience?
Okay, I think it's developed over time, especially in my case, growing through the roles from prefects directly to student council gave me the experience that needed to lead effectively, and that made my transition easier.
I honestly feel leadership is not something you are just born with. It develops over time. Of course, some people might naturally be confident, but true leadership comes from experiences, learning from mistakes, and stepping out of your comfort zones. In my case, every role and responsibility I have taken in school has shaped me into the leader I am today.
Okay, so how do you ensure that as head boy and head girl, you are representing the concerns and opinions of the student body effectively?
Okay, so we try to make sure that we are affable so that students feel comfortable sharing their thoughts with us. We also make it a point to actually listen, whether it's through casual conversations. Then we bring those ideas forward to the teachers so that student voice is really heard. For us, it's about being a bridge, not just a title.
There must be times in school when conflicts arise between students, right? So how are you able to face these kind of challenges?
So whenever there is a conflict, we try not to jump in and take sides right away. We usually listen to both perspectives first, stay calm, and then find a middle ground that's fair to everyone. Sometimes it's just about giving people a chance to talk it out, and other times it's reminding them of the bigger picture that we are all part of the same school community.
I also try to stay calm and avoid making decisions in heat of the moment, because rush choice can lead to injustice or chaos. And if a student approaches me with a complaint, I prefer to listen from the both sides before deciding.
Okay, so would you like to share such an incident that has recently happened with you guys, like some conflict?
No, that's confidential. Actually, students trust us very much, and we don't want to give you their personal things.
Okay, so has this role as head boy and head girl helped you become more disciplined or organized?
Definitely, Nidhi, because I myself was very notorious and impatient student. But with authorities comes responsibility, which shaped my personality.
Okay.
Yes, definitely. This role has pushed me to be more disciplined and organized because I can't just think about myself anymore. I have to plan in advance, set small goals, and set an example. Honestly, even small things like being punctual or keeping a track of tasks has improved a lot since I became head girl.
So Arush, you have just mentioned that you were also quite notorious in the childhood. So could you please mention an incident or a mischief
Okay.
that you have done at that time?
Okay, but please don't judge me. Okay. One day when I was in 5th grade, I invited my friend to my house. We were simply playing, and then my mother wanted to go outside to buy some groceries. After that, my friend wanted to use the washroom, but when he was in the washroom, I locked the door from outside and started scaring him. It was fun until he started crying, so I had to unlock the door. And after that, I started convincing him to not to tell this to my mother.
Okay. And Tanisha, when you were a child, were you also mischievous?
Yes, I was mischievous, but not that much.
We can see that.
Being a student, especially in 11th and 12th grade, it's like juggling a dozen of spinning plates at once. Like you have so much to do and so less time. And being the head boy and head girl on top of that, it's like you're adding your responsibilities into the mix. Like you have to look after your peers, you have to organize your tasks, and
True.
on top of that, you have to set an example for the juniors, right?
Right.
So now let's talk a little about how you're able to cope with this pressure.
So we use zero period, lunch, and free period, since those are peak time of our responsibility or duties. And when our principal ma'am, Mrs. Anudivan ma'am, announced me as head boy, she offered me extra help like notes or extra class if I needed them. And my class teacher even said that I could come and half an hour early for chapter revision. So the school supports us, or the school management supports us, so we can manage our academics with our responsibilities.
I would say it's a bit of both. At times, leadership roles to increase stress because you are juggling academics, responsibilities, and expectations. But at the same time, they have taught me how to handle pressure better, like staying calm, prioritizing tasks, and not letting small things overwhelm me. So, in a way, the role itself has helped me grow stronger in handling pressure and stress.
Okay, so how do you both prioritize your tasks during a packed and busy school day?
Okay, Nidhi. See, we are in student council, and student council is a team. So we also have our vice cabinets. So on busy day, on packed day, I can delegate tasks to them, and they are very supportive and they are very sweet. And they are always here to help us or assist us.
On really packed days, I start by focusing on what absolutely can't be missed, like classes, assignment, and important duties. So I slot my leadership tasks or duties around that. I break my work into smaller things so that it does not overwhelm me.
Okay, so maintaining balance, it's easier said than done, right? So how are you able to manage the balance between your academics and your role as the head boy and the head girl of the school?
Okay. See, when I study, I try fully to be focused and clear-headed. And I carefully listen to my teachers. Their guidance tells us how to eliminate exam anxiety or how to eliminate pressure.
For me, little habits make a big difference. I try to plan my day in advance and set small goals instead of overwhelming myself. I also ensure to take short breaks like chatting with friends, listening to music, or even just going for a walk because that helps me recharge and come back more focused. So that's my.
Okay. So have you ever been approached by a junior for some sort of advice?
Yes, some students have come up to me for tips, sometimes about studies and sometimes about responsibilities. I usually tell them to stay confident, stay consistent, and not to be afraid of making mistakes because that's how you actually grow.
Okay.
And it really feels nice that they trust me enough to come to me for advice.
And what about you?
Juniors come to me with always with same question. Bhaiya, how do you become head boy? And I also want to become head boy. What are the tips to become head boy? And I give them tips.
Okay.
So, can you share some of your personal methods or strategies that help you cope up with your academics while handling the responsibilities?
Like as I said, that I try to be fully focused. I listen to my teachers, and also I increase my studying hours to balance my academics with my responsibilities.
Whenever I feel academic pressure, I break my work into smaller, manageable parts instead of stressing over the whole thing at once. I also try to stay consistent with my studies so it doesn't all pile up. And like I said before, I ensure to take short breaks, whether it is chatting with friends or going out for a walk, because that helps me recharge and come back more focused.
Okay. So you both have mentioned that you got a ton of support from your mentors and your teachers. All right. So would you like to elaborate it a little how they were there for you in your challenging times and when you were facing difficulties?
Okay, my teachers and mentors in SNPS always supported me through my hard times. Okay, teachers like Sajan sir, my class teacher Nidhi ma'am, even Dak sir supported me personally. So they have played very big role in shaping my personality and who I am.
My teachers and mentors have been a huge support system. During challenging times, they have not only guided me academically but also motivated me personally. Sometimes it's just a small word of encouragement, and other times it's them taking the time to listen and give advice. Knowing they believe in me has always given me the confidence to push through tough moments.
Okay, so what advice would you like to give to juniors about staying motivated, confident, and positive during exams?
Okay. My advice is stay focused, stay disciplined, and work consistently. And give your 100%, give your best. And believe me, hard work always pays off.
My advice would be don't stress too much, divide your syllabus into small chunks, set small goals, and try to stay consistent instead of cramming everything at the last moment. Also, take small breaks or do something you enjoy so studying does not feel like a burden. And most importantly, try to stay positive because half the battle is won when you stay positive.
Now we have talked all about responsibilities and academics, right? Let's not get too monotonous and let's talk about your school life a bit now.
Okay.
Okay, so you've been a part of the school for such a long time. You had a long journey here. What has been the most proud moment at the school that you had?
Okay, sorry for repeating this, but my most memorable or proud moment was becoming vice head boy.
Okay.
Because it was my first time in student council and it is the thing that I truly wanted.
My most memorable moment has to be the day I was announced as the head girl. The mix of surprise, excitement, and pride. I felt that day was something that I will never forget.
Okay.
So, how has your journey at SMPS helped you shape you as a leader, a student, and a person?
See, I'm in this school since prep class. So SMPS gave me opportunity like leadership to which helped me shape my personality. Teachers like all my teachers had played big role in shaping my personality and who I am.
My journey at SMPS has shaped me in so many ways. As a student, it has taught me the value of discipline and the importance of hard work. As a leader, it has made me more responsible, confident, and empathetic. And as a person, it has given me values and experiences that I will know will stay with me for life. Basically, school has been like a second home that has shaped me in so many ways.
Like you students, of course, you must have faced failures or setbacks in school.
Definitely.
So how did you cope up and how did you manage these kind of setbacks?
See, I haven't faced major failures, but I did face setbacks, especially in 11th grade when because it was my first time in student council. So it was really hard to maintain my academics with my responsibilities. And to overcome this, I simply just increased my studying hours.
Yes, I have definitely faced failures and setbacks, whether it is not winning a competition I prepared hard for or not performing as well in a test as I expected. But initially it feels disappointing, but gradually I realized that failures teach more than success does. Failures are an important part of our life. They push us to reflect and improve ourselves. And I have realized that failures make us more resilient.
Okay, so Arish and Tanisha, if you could change or improve one thing about your school life, what would it be and why?
Okay. So if I could change or improve one thing about school life,
Yeah.
nice question. Definitely it would be the pressure of constant exams and marks. Because sometimes focusing too much on results take away the fun of learning. Right, Tanisha?
Right. And if I could change one thing about school life, it would be providing more platforms for open discussions where students can share their opinions and express their thoughts. Although that thing is already in our school, but I want to improve on that.
Okay. So Arush, you have taken the commerce stream, right? You
Yes.
mentioned it. So I would like to know why exactly you chose this stream over the others. Because I want to know, was it like your parents' advice? Did your parents advise you? Or did you just go with the flow? Or did you just have some interest in the stream?
Okay. Well, choosing commerce with maths was both mix of interest and practicality. and commerce opened up wide variety in fields such as finance, business, economics, and I have interest in these fields. Also, my whole family background is from commerce stream.
Okay, so Tanisha, you are such a bright student. So, like most people expect you to go to science or commerce stream. So, what made you go for humanities instead?
Yes, being a bright student, most people were assuming that I would naturally go for science. But choosing humanities was about following my passion, not just meeting people's expectations. I have always been drawn to understanding people, society, and ideas. And I believe that I will feel truly motivated studying what truly interests me. That's why I chose humanities. It helps me to grow in the direction where I see myself in the future, not just following the safe or expected path.
Okay.
Okay.
Co-curricular activities are the foundation on which a student's personality is built, right? So, what role do you think these activities have played in your student life?
Okay, co-curricular activities plays very significant role in your life as you can learn many things from them, and also it helps to know or determine your hidden skills in yourself.
Co-curricular activities have played a huge role in my life. They have given me confidence and helped me discover my hidden talents and taught me teamwork. For example, when I was being given the opportunity to deliver a speech on 15th August, it really improved my public speaking and made me more comfortable expressing my thoughts. So these experiences outside the classroom have shaped me just as much as academics.
Okay, so among all these school events and activities, which is the one you are looking forward to the most and are excited about the
Teachers'
most?
Currently, we are looking forward towards farewell, and let me tell you why farewell. Because farewell is an event where you laugh, you cry, and you relive all those years in just few hours.
I always look forward to Teachers' Day the most. Teachers' Day is special to me because on this day, students get to flip their roles. They become teachers and express their gratitude towards their teachers in a cheerful way.
So, how do you think these experiences have contributed to your overall development, not just as a student and a leader?
Like co-curricular
Yes.
activities, na? I said that co-curricular activities plays very significant role in your life as you can know or determine your hidden talents or hidden skills, and also it reduce your stress and keep your mind active and sharp, which also helps you in your academics.
All these experiences, whether it's academics, leadership, or school events, add up to my overall growth. They have made me become more confident, responsible, and adaptable. I have learned teamwork from activities, discipline from academics, and empathy from leadership. Together, they have shaped me into a more balanced student and person who is not only focused on studies.
So, Arush and Tanisha, what legacy would you like to leave behind as student leaders of SNPS?
We would like our legacy to be that of someone who made a difference, no matter how small, whether it was making students feel heard, encouraging them to step out of their comfort zones, or creating a culture of teamwork and positivity.
And we would love to be remembered not just as head boy or head girl, but someone who made student life a little brighter.
Okay, so what advice would you like to give to the students who aspire to take on these leadership roles in the future?
Okay, see, when you become leader, you gain lot of authorities and power, and authorities and powers come with great responsibility. So, maintain discipline, always work consistently, and believe in yourself, as hard work really pays off.
Okay. Yes, Tanisha, please.
Okay, so my advice would be don't think leadership is about being perfect or having all the answers. It is really about being responsible, approachable, and willing to learn along the way. If you are true to yourself, respect everyone, and lead by example, then the role will naturally shape you into a better leader.
Okay, so Arish and Tanisha, what's one thing at SMPS that you will miss the most because it's your last year in the school?
One thing I'll miss the most. It's definitely the people like my friends, teacher, and definitely those last minute group discussion before exams, and also the canteen food. And the food of canteen somehow tasted better on stressful days. I don't know why, but it really tastes better on stressful days.
The one thing I will miss most about the school is the sense of belonging, the comfort of walking into the class and seeing those familiar faces, and even small routines like sharing tiffin with friends. These are the moments which I will cherish for my life.
Okay, and what's the one lesson that you have learned in like your journey you had at the school that you will always carry throughout your life?
One lesson I learned here is balance of academics, friendship, and leadership all go hand in hand. And uh, success or true growth doesn't come from excelling in just one area, but from managing everything with responsibility and positivity.
The one lesson I have learned which I will carry for life is that consistency matters more than perfection. It is a lesson that reminds me to keep moving forward even if the progress feels slow, because eventually those little steps add up to something meaningful.
Okay, so Arush and Tanisha, to wrap up in just a few words, what does SMPS truly means to you?
Okay, see, SMPS is my second home. The teachers here are like my family, and I am in this school since prep class. So I began my school life here, and now I'm ending it here too. So it is the part of my life which is unforgettable.
For me, school is much more than just academics. It is a place where I have grown, built lifelong friendships, discovered my strengths, and learned lessons that go beyond textbook. Really, school has been like a second home which has prepared me for my life beyond school. It has shaped me as a student, as a leader, and as a person. The memories I have created here will stay with me for my lifetime.
For concluding the podcast, we would like to present a vote of thanks to both our guests, Arush and Tanisha, for joining us in the very first episode of Echoes of SMPS and making it truly special.
Thank you very much for inviting us.
And we are very glad to be a part of this episode.
And we would also like to express a heartfelt gratitude to our listeners for tuning in, and we will come back soon with more exciting and fun conversations.
Till then, stay tuned.